Hello, everybody. I'm here. We had to change the schedule around a little bit, so thank you for being with us yesterday. If you were here Friday, you know I'm so sweaty, so I'm so sorry. But that's so I'm not depressed all the time. But we're here for hopefully what will be a reoccurring thing. But we're doing it tonight and tomorrow, so we're doing this too. It's just called Do You GM, and I'm going to be talking to fellow GMs here in Atlanta. And we have Ryan Wicks and Ashley Mae King.
Hello.
And then your episode of Audio Roadshow actually drops in like 2 weeks.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
so it's perfect
so
timing.
excited
Perfect
to hear
timing.
that. That was chaotic.
Yeah. It was very good. I'm so excited for it to drop.
I'm excited to hear it. It was so fun to do. It was so fun.
So most everyone here knows what my GM experience is. It's watching, or will be watching later. So how about y'all introduce yourself? We'll start with Ryan, and like a little bit about your background in tabletop and GMing, like how long you've been doing it, and what's your favorite system GM?
Oh, nice. I've been DMing for years, man. D&D journey started in the 1990s. Yes. With good old D&D, second edition, a couple games.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've touched that briefly with the original Ravenloft. My buddy ran us through some of that, so that was a blast. That kind of got me onto it, but so a lot of D&D.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of Pathfinder, run through some of those adventure paths, which was a lot of fun. That's most of my DMing experience, you know. I'm excited the new Matthew Colville MCDM system came out, so I'm really itching to try that. Hopefully I'll DM some of that. So that's where I come from.
I started with Advanced D&D. I think that's the one after second?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe before second, but
Okay.
It's the actual second one.
THAC0 is the worst thing ever.
We don't need it.
I never played anything but 5e is the right.
That's the.
And then now we're in 2024
Yeah.
rules, but I'm still reticent to switch over. I still like.
It's just so stupid that they're
2014?
like, well, we're not doing a full new edition.
Yeah.
Great. Ashley, go ahead and introduce yourself. And the same thing, a little bit of your background GMing, how you got started, and your favorite system to GM.
Great. My name is Ashley Mae King. I have only run Dungeons and Dragons once for my family for a Christmas one-shot to show them what is this thing that I spend a lot of time on the internet doing. I mostly run Call of Cthulhu. I love being a keeper of arcane secrets. I love a good scary time. I started doing that after the Taliesin run Critical Role one shot. I think that was like 2018 or something? I'm not so sure. But I fell in love with the system and started running it after that, and I've been running it for a while now. I use it as a trainer for Geek Therapeutics to teach therapists game mechanics so that they can use horror to heal. And I also run live plays and streams. Yeah, I really love Call of Cthulhu, and I really enjoy running horror in general. I definitely feel like that's like the direction my writing tends to go in.
You got your niche, and you are damn good at it.
You're very fun.
Absolutely.
Ashley and I, and Ryan was in the game too. We're just kind of doing an introductory game, getting used to like a group that Ashley was forming. And afterwards, I had so much fun in the game. And then
So fun.
I asked you afterwards, I was like, so you didn't go like nearly as hard as you normally do. Because I could tell you were just like, let's get with the flow, get everyone used to it. And she was like, oh no. And I was like, I'm so excited to play in a game where you just like go so hard on horror and just,
Unleash.
it was great.
I still feel like I haven't like fully unleashed like everything. Like I really want to go like full Nosferatu, Lily Rose Depp, like you know what I mean?
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
fully
yeah, yeah.
gone at the table. That's
She was amazing. in
she
that.
was so
She was so
good.
good.
Oh my god, that movie's great if you haven't seen it.
Nosferatu, amazing. I love how nasty they made him. Did you see it?
He's nasty.
I haven't seen it yet.
Are you a horror movie fan?
I am a horror movie fan. Just haven't got there yet.
All right.
It's like
I got it. You got to get in the mindset,
you do,
right?
You do.
And then chat, if you do have any questions, let us know. I know we got one.
Nice.
Where is it? As I realized, I should have had this pulled up already.
Yeah, I saw Nosferatu in theaters, and I think like It's a weirdly, Joel, can I say the word horny on?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
It's a weirdly horny horror movie. And I think, like, everyone was, like, you could, like, sense everyone kind of, like, recoiling at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I was just, like, leaning.
Oh,
Yes.
I love
That's vampires.
Go there!
Why else do you have a vamp? Unless you're gonna kind of horn it up.
Well, and that's kind of what, like, gothic horror is for. Like, they use the horror to stand in for topics that they couldn't talk about openly in that time. And so that was the way to, like, discover all of these, like, perversion and kind of, like, sexual fantasies, like, for a lot of these writers. Not to go on that, like, rabbit hole, but I could.
Go on it.
Yeah. And hello, April. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. No, that's. I loved how weird and horny it was.
Oh, yeah.
And especially like how, because like I said, he was nasty as shit in it.
Yeah.
And then he was still just like, I crave you every single day. And I was like sitting there with my girlfriend. I was like, hey, what are we doing?
What are you doing?
This is crazy. Great. We do have it's a couple of questions actually from Brandon Taylor from our Patreon. The first up is, what's the hardest part you find about GMing?
Feeling prepared.
Okay.
It's not preparing. Preparing, I think, is actually way easier than I make it seem. And a lot of GMs make it seem. But feeling prepared is a completely, that's the hardest thing. Like, I will go into a session panicking, like panic writing notes and just like things I've like written scripts out, like for NPCs and stuff. Things I've never touched because once you're in it, you're gone and you're in your own brain. So it's like, I've never felt prepared for a game that I've run, and I've run like I don't know how many at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As I continue to think, I will 100% second that, and I will say that almost never has the party touched a percentage of the amount that I've prepped.
Yeah.
Right? You prep all this stuff. Oh, I'll have this many encounters, and I'm balancing things, and I have all these props. I brought all the minis for all these encounters. They get through one, maybe two of them in a night. You know, they're dicking around with the shopkeeper and whatever it is. So, you know, go to a lot of therapy, get your mental game ready for like just the concept that you're good, man. You're enough. Whatever you have.
Especially if you're doing like D&D, where it's very crunchy, combat heavy. You're like, I'm going to get in a battle tonight, and then we're going to do these other things. You're like, no. The battle's it.
Yeah.
You're going to, sometimes, you're not going to even finish it.
Yeah.
Mine's actually not preparedness. So I am still relatively new to GMing. I do GM a bunch of like shows, but up until my first show, Critical Bits, I only ever GM'd one game before that. Well, technically I GM'd a one-shot once that we played like halfway through. I started running a game of Mass. That's what we used in Critical Bits. For like a home group, probably like 6 or so months, semi-regularly. Because I was like, okay, I know I want to do this next. Let me GM to see if I like this system. I'm just a long-time player, and then I come from learning from my brother. Like you're talking about like your friend doing a homebrew world. I didn't know that not everyone had fully homebrewed. Every single game we played in, like with my brother, he came up with like whole things and shit like that. So I was like, yeah, you just come up with stuff.
Yeah, you just make
And so
it up.
people are like, oh yeah, D&D's set in this, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And whatever I still don't even know what like the canonical stuff is.
Yeah.
Eberron and all of that.
Yeah. Greyhawk or whoever.
I'm trying to think of like the hardest part for me because I go really hard and fast, but I also because I've been a player for years, I remember games being like, I want this to move, I want this to move, I want this to move. I have ADHD.
Well, improv
go,
comes so naturally
Absolutely.
for you. Like you just like.
Yeah.
I would imagine that is such an asset in GMing, like
for sure.
even more so than being a player, like because you have to roll with so many punches and so many like, and keep in mind, it's a collaborative story, and people it's always the yes and the and the.
Yeah, we joke on my shows all the time how little I actually prepare.
It's so fun to go into though with you.
Yeah.
It can be freeing too because I have run a lot of published adventures, and I do find myself sitting there at the table when I could be just kind of letting free. If I didn't have this book, I would just let free. I'd respond to whatever their players are doing. But since I have the book, I'm thinking, ooh, I should see what happens next in the book. Then my head's down in the book. Then I'm not looking at my players.
Yeah.
They're waiting for me to read out of this book. Just make it up.
Yeah.
The way I kind of think of it is like I will prep like what is that like I almost said landmarks. That's not it. Pillars.
Yeah.
I will prep the pillars of like the session or the arc, being like I know these things have to get hit, and then I'm just like, however they get hit, they'll get hit. Because sometimes people are like, is there something we need to do? Is there somewhere we need to go? I'm like, oh, I'll make whatever I need happen. If you go, because I've played in games before where people are like, well, because you didn't go into the third room on the left on the 4th floor of a 10th floor dungeon, you actually didn't get the key, therefore. And I'm just like, fuck you.
You're locked out.
Put it elsewhere.
Put it anywhere.
Yeah, and so I've definitely done that. I do think sometimes, I think the hard part about me is too many riffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love a good riff.
Yeah.
And then I'll get real sidetracked. And then so many times there's a lot of talk about like what GMs are supposed to do. So many times it's like supposed to be the GM reigning in the table, but it's always me. Because in like 10 minutes later, I'm like, go back to that one thing.
Yeah.
What is the implication of this?
But a returning bit is so fun, and I think that's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it depends on what people are watching for, right? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if someone's looking for like prestige, like BBC drama, they're not gonna maybe love a bit. But I don't
Yeah.
know anyone who doesn't love a bit
Yeah.
in a game, you know?
And going back to what you're talking about, like all the minis and stuff, because I know some people have trouble comparing home games to like Critical Role, Dimension 20, or even
Sure.
just other not highly produced games. Those are ones where they're like, hey, these are the monsters we're going to fight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have to make these like props way ahead of time. So we are going to do this. We're going to hit this. You guys have to go there. And I've been involved with other games like that too. So it's definitely a different level. Great. We kind of talked about this in the beginning. What systems are your favorite? So let me ask you this. So you said you've done like D&D and Pathfinder. Do you have anything that's kind of topped that? Or is that still like your go-to bread and butter?
That's what people are up to play.
Okay.
I'm excited to try what I have actually. I've tried other stuff for sure. I had a fun time with someone called Robert Schwab at Winter Fantasy convention years ago when he was testing out and debuting his Shadow of the Demon Lord system. So, and he was involved in 5e, creation of 5e. So it had some of that DNA along with a few of his own mechanics that were kind of fun. But it was a super gritty, a super nasty sort of gothic horror or low fantasy vibes. So I enjoyed that. Haven't got to play it since. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I got to play it one other time actually, where some friends flew him out and he ran a one-shot for us.
Ooh, okay.
Which was super fun. So that was another highlight. I mean, I'm excited to try hopefully 10 Candles at some point in my life.
Ooh,
I know we
That's
chatted
a
about
very
that.
fun game system.
Yeah.
Have you played with Meadow yet? Have you met Meadow?
Yes.
Okay. Meadow told me because she came to my birthday party, and I was like, "Hey, anything you want to like make out of the studio, I'll produce it for you. I don't have to be in it. I don't want to be in everything." She wants to do an all-black Sinners 10 Candles game.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told her I was
That's
just
what's
like
up.
100% yes, I will produce the
Yeah.
fuck out of that.
I'm here for it.
That's so sick.
I can't wait.
Well, this is a good one. What is your favorite or one of your favorite moments you've had as a GM?
Ooh.
Go first.
You're like, go.
Right. I mean, I think there's a fun moment. Like I've never hated a table I've had. There's always a fun moment to be had. Like, and each table has its own like favorite moment. But I think the thing that like is my personal favorite as a GM each time is that like I can run the same scenario and get different results every time. Like I've run the same scenario that I've written, the Victorian one. You guys both played it, and it has never ended the same way twice. And I've run it like now it's like between like 50 to 60 times. Like that is my personal like favorite thing, and I think like that is a huge character arc for me because I came to GMing wanting so much control over the narrative and like wanting to script things and wanting to like know what to expect and everything. So GMing has been like this huge like exposure therapy for my OCD, and now that's my favorite part of it is that like it is a surprise that I look forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lovely. Yeah, you can kind of you loosen up a little bit, right? and you kind of see the light in the eyes of your players.
Yeah.
When they start to click, they start to get it, and they start to feel a little bit empowered. Maybe they start basically seeing them make a decision.
Yeah.
It's just like
A decision.
parenthood. It's like I don't have kids, but
Yeah.
so I guess one of my favorite moments, or some of my favorite moments, were introducing new people into the hobby. I two I can think of. I ran for some friends of my wife and I. It was a husband and wife couple and a couple of their friends, and we just had the D&D 5th edition 2014 beginner box, and we just started running them through that. Did a few sessions, and it didn't take long for, in the wife in that scenario, she's like super mischievous, and of course she's a classic like elf rogue, being so mischievous, so always scheming, and she made it her own very quickly. And the husband of that couple loved it too. He played like this stoic warforged barbarian guy, and it was cool, and it was kind of an ongoing joy for me because he ended up becoming a dungeon master for his family, running them through, and his young son and everything like that. So, and they sort of continued that legacy. So that was a moment of pride for me. And then similarly introduced my wife and my two sisters and my wife's best friend from college, none of which are big gamers at all, really, into a home game of D&D, playing some of the Adventurers League content, just like some first level intro type content. And, and they ended up having a great time. They ended up like cosplaying, to the sessions and stuff, and just really getting into it.
That's so fun.
Yeah, and so it was just a great opportunity to just, again, see the joy in their eyes when they're like, oh, I can embody this character. I can be this. I can, just engage in a little bit of fantasy. Yeah. So those are my favorite moments.
It's hard going after the two of you because I just want to be like, same. I really agree, though, like, pulling people into the game and showing them, because I started playing when I was like 9. Nice. It was like we got like, there's a used bookstore in Chattanooga called McKay's. We got this like 9th level adventure that we didn't understand was A, supposed to be more than one player, B, that my character should be 9th level, and I died like immediately. We played like 5 times, and I was like, why? I'm like a cool tiger man ninja. Why do I keep dying?
Right.
Yes.
So I've been playing forever, and like getting people into it is fun. Yeah. But I really think one of the most fun things is like seeing somebody like complete an arc.
Yes.
Not just like, oh, you have the power to do this, it's very fun, but like getting that feeling that like someone's like, hey, this is like something I really love doing for my character.
Yeah.
And like we all know it's so fucking hard to do more than 1 or 2 games. Yeah. Like the only home game I'm involved in right now is with like my girlfriend, her best friend, and her husband. And then somebody asked the husband, like, oh, can we join? I was like, no. Because we're 2 couples. I live with my girlfriend. You guys live together.
Easy scheduling.
It's the easiest. We're not getting better than this.
Yeah.
But like we've been playing for like almost, I think, 2 years this Dragon Con. Or a little around that. And so like it's they've gotten to do full arcs, like things come full circle, and same thing with like on the shows that we've done. Like Critical Bits is done. It was 94 episodes. We did like bonus episodes too, but like it's like a fully finished show that we did, and like the characters got to do like the first thing they set out to do, build new things, and it's just so cool to see, especially because what a lot of people do when they first make a D&D character is that character bleed.
Oh, yeah.
They accidentally
make themselves.
And so then it's
real strong.
It is a little like,
or with white hair and ears.
It's a little like satisfactory because you accidentally made yourself, but then you actually get to see yourself triumph, do cool shit, build stuff, and especially like the like the open-endedness of it, not knowing where it's going to go, to where you're like, well, obviously this is how it's going to end up, and then even as the character being like making different choices in the moment. So I think it's really fun to let people do that, because I've always broken down things as stories in my head.
Yes.
I grew up on TV. I was the youngest of 3 kids, and my parents were like, hey, if you don't talk to us, we'll take you to Blockbuster, and you can rent 5 movies and then sit in your room all weekend. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I always think about everything as like a story.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's why I really like running the games now, and I see it. And so whenever I can see moments for like to really make a character shine, or like a cool way to be like, oh, I didn't plan for this NPC to be from their background, but or their backstory, but now I can connect this, this, and this, and this, and so I think it's really fun to like get that moment of seeing a player like connect the dots and like feel that accomplishment. It's very cool.
And I think that is really like, it's satisfying too to see them take the reins of their story, because you can almost like see them, like if the player is new to the game, they may not be as confident like really stepping into that narrative, if like they're not natural to improv or like those kind of things. But like seeing them take the reins of their own story and steer the way it goes and like tie it in a nice little bow, that is like it's like the student becomes the teacher moment. Like
I always try, especially maybe like at a convention or something, I try to go so hard on yes and so hard on, I know that's not in the rules. I know that what you just asked me to do is not in there. And I'm going to make it up from here on out because I want you to have that moment. And I don't want that to be a barrier, like immediately being told, no. Right? Yeah, do that. Sure. You can try to tickle whatever, tickle that dwarf's toes if you want. Go for it, and
You said that was a drama.
Yeah.
God, especially because like at a convention or like one shots in general, it's like, hey, this isn't. We're not coming back to this. So whatever you want to do is fun. This isn't on that, but is a question because I already know my answer. How do you what approach do you use to try to get a new player interested? Like not necessarily like, hey, you should play tabletop, but like if someone's like, I want to do it, but I don't think I'd be good at it. Like, what kind of way do you help like push them and show them that they can do it?
I've definitely had people at my table who have been very timid at the start and not really speaking up a lot.
Absolutely.
And trying to like get them to open up more. I'm going to kind of segue into new players through this because I think that the same tool is really effective is like give them something that the other players don't have to where they have an imperative part in this game now, and so that kind of emboldens them a bit. Like they have intel no one else has, or they have like a power that no one else has that is directly called for in this situation. Like that is a really good way, I think, to empower a timid player who may be new to the table or may just be timid, speaking up for themselves, to get them to start partaking and feel more comfortable. Because then by the end of the session, they're chiming in and, correcting the other people on their foolish ideas. And it's, even, I mean, I could jump back to even running published content. If you just make the MacGuffin from their story, you make the person they rescued theirs. I don't know, the person they rescued develops a crush on your wife's character, however you want to get the people in there.
You like a good little crush in a game, don't you?
Yeah, why not? We're fun.
The game we played, the Ashton ran.
Boy.
And there was like a dead woman, right? They were like reading like notes to her or something like that.
Yeah.
And his character was like, ooh, she sounds so beautiful.
You write so lovely.
Hey Ryan, you need a minute. Like I said, I already know my answer. So the way I've explained to people that are like hesitant to get into it, because I feel like a lot of people know like the main rule of improv is yes and. I tell people, I'm like, well, it's like improv, but instead of everything is yes and, you roll dice. And through some mechanics, it's either yes and or no but. That's like the biggest thing. And then it's group storytelling. It's very fun. And then if you don't like the people you're playing with, stop. Because I definitely came from because I started playing when I was like 9, and so it was definitely the era of like I know 5 people that will play this, so I can't quit, even though I hate 2 of them with every fiber of my being.
Right.
And then like now there's more than, especially like you can play online and like so the access to it, because I hate hearing stories of people being like, why this really and it's usually like a shitty GM. Like railroading you, not letting you do fun stuff, and like being a dick. So I think it's very fun to like get people into it. Also just because like it's so fun to do make-em-ups.
Yeah, what you said made me think of certainly my largest pet peeve and one of the biggest reasons I'm excited about this industry is not being a dick to new players, like bringing
Oh, yeah.
people into the
Yes.
hobby. It's like, is a little bit of selflessness is key. Caring about their good time is
Yeah.
key. I've gotten new people into the game and excited by connecting to that if they have had that bad experience, asking them about their experience. Maybe they've had a friend of a friend who ran them through their first game, told them nothing, didn't explain the rules, shut them out and everything else, and just letting them know that you're not going to do that as their DM can really help that.
This is a fun one. Well, I'll ask this first one. What's the favorite NPC you've ever made?
Oh.
Or one of them, obviously. It's hard to
Mine's-
pick a favorite.
Mine's that poor Scottish housemaid
Oh.
from my Victorian.
Because you got the
yeah, yeah.
accent.
Because I just
It's ready to
really
go.
like
Yeah.
fussing over people with a high-pitched Scottish voice.
That's great.
That's a great question. I don't make up too many. Again, I do a lot of published content, so I kind of take them all.
What's some
and
fun
kinda
like
go with-
characteristics you like to add for like your
Yeah.
personal
That's a
flavor?
great question. Anything that kind of gets people moving and going, and you were talking about like wanting to keep that plot going. I think about that a lot too in my head as I GM. Like, I'm thinking about getting this going to the conclusion, kind of within the time we have. So anybody who's begging and pleading them to move toward the goal, like piling on that importance of, you have to rescue my son from the gnolls. Like, anyone who's, maybe drawing that emotional heartstring, whether they're cajoling and bribing the party, anyone who's really trying to push that forward, beg, borrow, and steal to make that happen. I feel the utility in those NPCs. So that's what I got for now.
Mine's favorite is just whenever you can make the table mad. That's my bread and butter. I love it.
We all really hated that baby.
This kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Because I just make up so much shit on the spot for games, and then we record like Oddity Roadshow so far in advance.
That was
Just so we have like a good backlog, and then on like the Discord, someone will say something. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I even like edit them. And I'm like, "I don't know what happened in this." One thing I do really miss, and if you stick around after this, the stream we're doing is set in the world of Critical Bits, and I'm very excited. I have a new terrible villain group is making the dumbest puns. There was one called the Scale Squad. So it was a oh god, I'm trying to
Turtle.
remember. No, so like
fish.
there was multiple. I believe one of them was somebody who could teleport, and every time she teleported away, she left snakes in her wake. There was somebody who could turn into any size that's the scale of something they can see.
Oh, that's
like a
cool
2-scale
power.
model. One that can
interesting.
play the saxophone perfectly, scales. But it was just like every version of scale. And so like in Critical Bits, we had the jokey thing of like, oh, well, in comic books, you can't stop Snake Escape. That's right. In Critical Bits, you can't stop villains introducing themselves. So like it's like I've had plenty of times where they're like, I'm not gonna let you monologue. I'm like, but you have to let everyone introduce themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's just like the dumbest shit ever. And half the time they're like, I punch them like they died. That's it.
Yeah.
I just wanted
They
to
were
say
just
my pun
there
out.
for
I wanted to
They
say
can
this.
go.
And then one time we did I can't. Oh my god, the X-Men, and it was all people that had the same X.
Oh.
And there was one woman, but she decided for the name sounds better.
Sounds better.
And so it's just like the dumbest shit ever.
The Jean Grey of it all.
Yeah, but I do love making my players mad. I've talked about this in our post shows for audio show. I will do dumb bits to my girlfriend, and when she's finally like, I hate this so much, I'm like, this is going in the game.
Check mark.
Great.
This
And then this is the
thing
final
she
question for
hated.
Brandon. It's a two-parter. You can answer one or both.
Okay.
Who would you like dead or alive want to GM for, or who would you want to GM you? And I'm gonna step outside and blow my nose because it's gonna sound nasty and I don't want to do it on stream.
Okay.
Incredible. Who would I GM for or want? I mean, someone whose voice I just want to hear.
Ooh,
You know what
that's
I mean?
interesting.
You know, just on like an aesthetic. I mean, Patrick Stewart
Oh my
jumped
God.
into my brain.
Oh my god.
To just hear his voice and hear the stateliness, you know, or an Ian McKellen or somebody, just to sort of soak that in.
He's helping you fight a D4, and he's like, "There are 4 sides."
4 sides.
I made a really good joke, Joel.
It was a Star Trek joke.
Ooh.
I was here for it. That one's a classic. Or who would I like to GM for?
That's the one that I am having trouble with. I would love to be GM'd by John Carpenter.
Ooh.
Like,
Incredible.
I think
Incredible
he's an amazing
directors.
director. He's amazing at pacing. I think that like his films should be studied like for just the perfect story structure, especially for horror. I would love to, and I'm so nostalgic for like those movies. So I would love to be guided through something horrible by John
That'd be
Carpenter.
great.
I love that.
I don't know. Oh God, what if I don't know if he's an asshole secretly? I haven't Googled him. In
We
a
don't
really long
know
time.
That's so
if-
interesting. 'cause
what anyone's done.
I was thinking about like GMs that I know, like not no, but like in the industry,
Like actual
like yeah,
GMs.
they actually,
Yeah.
but like that opens up to so much.
No, people.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. I want him to be at my table.
That would
he
be
would
so
like-
good.
I think
He'd
he would
be
like
such a
it.
good player.
He would
Oh
like
yeah,
it,
oh
right?
for sure. He
You know?
would kill
Yes.
Yeah.
For players, I would want just like I'd make like top picks out of like SNL or something. I just want like people who are gonna be like really improv-y and just
Yeah.
like fully lean into the story. Either that or like a full Shakespearean troupe and just like go full on.
Well, we've talked about this.
we talked about
We've talked about
We've
this.
talked about this.
I pitched an idea to Ashley. People, I know this whole month is about getting enough money on our Patreon to make. Of course, that's
Oh,
makes sense for
yeah.
April. But once we get enough money to make sure we're paying rent and we're stable, then give us more money. Because the more I meet people in Atlanta, I'm just like, oh, here's a cool idea. I pitched an idea to Ashley, my girlfriend Rachel, is a Shakespearean actor. She Shakespeare Tavern here in Atlanta. Actually, plug. She's going to be directing Taming of the Shrew that comes
Nice.
out September 13th, I think. But so she knows a bunch of Shakespearean actors. And I pitched to Ashley, I was like, what if we did like a real role play heavy, like Victorian Call of Cthulhu game, and I get you a bunch of Shakespearean actors, and we build like a full set, and even have like an area to like stand up and engage. And she was like, yes.
Well, let's do it yesterday. Like, this is what I want to do it.
A little light LARPing in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, be very fun.
Right, it would be Regency. Oh,
This is so hard now because I was just thinking about tabletop people, like the higher ups that you. But now,
No, yeah.
You're
let's
thinking
talk
of
about
anything.
just all
I mean, if we're limiting
known
it, if we're
humans.
limiting it to people who are like GMs,
yeah,
I mean, I think I want to sit at Griffin McElroy's table.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's such a fun GM and is just like whatever, and I like that in a game. So if you've listened to the Adventure Zone, that he ran a few of the arcs.
Balance Arc is what made me want to do
Yeah.
actual plays.
Yeah,
Like 100%.
It made me like more confident in running stuff because I was just like, oh, I can just make stuff up and go along with whatever makes a cool story. Cool. And it's just like silliness and I like that kid's vibe.
Not
Mr. Styles,
not to
always
brag. So I don't really listen to any current Taz, and I kind of dropped off from a Bim Bam. But big My Brother and Me fan for years.
Yeah.
Their very first candle nights, when only Justin had a tiny, tiny baby. Now they all have like 14 kids or some crazy
think
shit.
so.
Because they love family and they're so functional. Oh.
Okay.
I'm not a dig on them.
Are you okay?
No.
a whole new
Anyone that
stream
is
there.
a fan of this show, anyone that like came here to watch because of Ashley or Ryan, they're gonna be like, I think your friend's not well.
Is he okay?
And then everyone that
We
listens to
know.
the shows is like, yeah,
We'll
this
check
makes
on
sense.
him.
We know.
Off stream.
But so we went to my friend Claudia and I went to the very first candle nights in their hometown, and so they actually like went out and chilled afterwards
That's awesome.
at a bar, and so a bunch of people, they were like talking to people, and I actually got to, I talked to all of them, very fun, but the main person I was like super wanting to talk to was Griffin. He was my favorite. He was the funniest. Like I identify, I'm the youngest of 3 brothers, but we talked like for like 10, 15 minutes because like Taz had just came out with their first. because I don't know if did you ever hear Adventure Zone or Balance Arc or anything? They did.
I have heard them, but I don't follow.
So the way it all started is they were very busy. They were like, hey, fuck, we want to try playing D&D. They recorded a 2-part, what was supposed to just be a one-off bonus episode. Everyone fucking loved it. The Starting Adventure Guide 2014 you were mentioning. It's that. Like they it starts off of that and then they veer off. And
the Minds of Fandelver?
Yeah.
They had just like dropped that, I think, publicly.
Okay.
Because I was a whatever their supporter is from X Fun. But I think they just dropped it publicly. So like Taz, as the show hadn't even started yet, and I was just like, hey, I love it, Bam Bam. I fucking loved what you did. It's super exciting. I'm so like, I was like, me and my friends listened to those episodes like back to back, and then we're like, let's listen to it again because we had to drive like 8 hours wherever they live.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my god, can we talk about this? And we nerded out so hard about it. I was so excited. And then this is like the weirdest thing, but he was like, what's super hard is that now that we're all playing remotely, I don't know how to do it without like the rolls and stats. I was like, have you heard of Roll20? And then I know they started using Roll20.
Yeah.
So I told Griffin McElroy, it's the weirdest thing ever.
That's huge.
That's crazy.
And then if you are
Joel, I
the
have you to
internet
thank
for
for
him.
my favorite podcast.
Hey.
Yeah, I did. Well,
No, take credit
There we
for
go.
the Adventure Zone. This guy.
as the white man in the room, I have to. Well, also, if you're my brother me fan, they used to have the joke podcast. Big Gulp. Justin and Travis started making another podcast, and so Griffin made up a fake podcast about Vor called Big Gulp.
Nice.
So there was a 7-Eleven in their hometown. We all got the giant Big Gulp cups and like got them to sign it. So I have a picture of all of us, and Griffin in the background is doing this, like with a pen, like trying to vor it. Funniest thing ever.
Oh,
but I
man.
brought it to them because they've been doing the bit for like a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, has anyone done this yet? And Griffin was like, no. And why not? And then we got oh god. Now this is just like my brother me.
I'm like entranced.
so-
I'm such a I've been such a fan of theirs.
I love them.
I had the chance to talk to them at an event and chickened
Oh really?
out so hard.
Bud.
I
Oh,
was
bud.
like, this is that I'll tell you off line just how bad I hate it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
They're super nice.
They're so nice.
so chill.
We're
They
all
made me so
dorks
nervous though
here.
because I
We've all got the social anxiety.
I will say, I
like,
think
it's okay.
just to get back to the root question, and then I'll tell
What's
this
the question?
dumb story. The root question, I do think, tabletop-wise, I do think I want to be at Griffin's table, and I want Justin at my table.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
Shout out to one of my favorite GMs and players, Branson Reese from Root Tales of Magic. I got to GM for him a lot, and vice versa. He's amazing. So in the line for the show, as we're going in there's like the Twitter feed. This is back when Twitter was Twitter and not Nazis. We following the hashtag. So we all had the Big Gulp cups, and we just started screaming "Gulp Boys"
Sure.
like nonstop.
It's kind of hard to say.
Gulp Boys!
It's hard to say over and over.
Ooh,
Gulp
Gulp Boys
Boys,
moving up the line! Gulp Boys coming behind you! And then I because they had the show hashtag, and it was someone on Twitter be like hashtag whatever, like candle nights, it was like hashtag candle nights. Gulp Boys, shut the fuck up. I cannot stand in this fucking line anymore and hear you. And we're like, ooh, and we started screaming out this fucking name, like, Gulp Boys got to like at 529, whatever. And like, cause I was like, why do you think 4 dumbasses screaming Gulp Boys are gonna not go even harder?
They're gonna double down. Sounds like somebody needs a gulp.
Yeah. Oh, someone needs to gulp it down.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, that is.
good.
But I will say though, but now you mentioned like directors and stuff. Like honestly, dear God,
It opens
Think
it up
about
to
it.
so many people, right?
I could only imagine how fun it would be to
whose
be.
world do I want to walk
Yeah.
through?
Like who's like moody Ari Aster? I don't know.
No, there's gonna be a life-size dick in the attic that represents his like shitty childhood or whatever. Sorry, I have feelings about.
Dicks are all up here. There. Yeah.
So just catching up, see if there's anything on chat. Okay.
Mariah Carey. I don't know if she's a player or a DM. Hopefully she's a DM.
I think it would be fun for Mariah Carey to have Mariah Carey at my table, just because, just making her mad and just and just going, because I wouldn't.
She thinks it's gonna be a one way, and
Yeah,
then
because I wouldn't railroad her. I wouldn't be like, you can't do that. I would just go in so hard and just be like, yeah, you do that, and this is the consequence. That's also actually going back to one of my favorite things about GMing. Consequences have actions.
Oh, absolutely.
Just see. Here's the thing. You're wondering what that means.
I do.
It means what I just said.
Yeah.
Actions have consequences. I best it up.
I'm
so tired.
I was going for the chess level.
I was trying to meet you there, Joel. I was really trying to meet you
guys,
there.
because I was just like,
this.
we were
He
both
has an
being
idea.
so like, okay, this is gonna be something.
I want to thank you both so much because you both look so confused. I was like, why are
I'm
they so
dumb.
confused?
I know
Actions
I'm
have
dumb.
consequences
Okay.
is the basic thing, and then I went.
He's flipping the script. He's got this. No, he's just a fucking idiot.
Today I forgot. I took a gig last minute that I thought was for next Tuesday and Thursday. It was for this Thursday and next Tuesday. So I woke up this morning being like, I'm going to chill. I'm going to enjoy myself. And then it was like, oh no. So I've been here all day. I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Respect.
consequences have actions. And that's my book.
There it is.
I'm doubling down.
I think you should.
I do that all the time in games though when I say dumb things. I'm like, no. Hold
Now
on.
this is a thing.
I'll find it. Actions have consequences. Especially because, like, you hear this stuff about, like, people playing D&D as, like, murder hobos. They want to do this stuff. And then they just kind of like, oh, fuck it. We can do whatever we want. It's all make-believe. I'm like, cool. One-shots, get away with whatever you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But other games, I'm like, oh, did you just, like, do this dumb shit where you're super rude to somebody? Great. Here's a little mental note. And then 2-3 sessions later, they're like, hey, why is this person attacking me? I'm like, do you remember this very minuscule thing you did?
Remember this teenage kid
here's
who
the
you
thing.
flipped
I
off?
have ADHD and PTSD, so I remember everything to a fault. I think everyone's mad at me. No, I'm not Ashley.
Wow.
No, I love you. Sorry.
Are you mad at me? Like, did you say that because you're mad at me?
Sounds like something someone who's mad at me would say.
But no, so I love playing with that too, especially like in longer term campaigns, because I think a lot of people don't realize. And so the first couple of sessions, they're fucking around, and then as soon as you make them find out, they're like, "Ooh!" But I've gone too hard.
You got so paranoid,
Not like
too hard, too fast with consequences.
Well, yeah, because then for a couple sessions after that, I'm like, y'all aren't like taking any chances of going after anything. They're like, because what you did here, and I'm like,
remember that entire orc troop?
I know
breakfast.
this. I know this challenge well as a horror GM. No one wants to do anything sometimes, and it's like, you have to get your players to like play into the trope. And like, this is why I fully support giving everyone a gun in games. Not in life, just in games. To be clear.
Right.
Crossbows
in life.
Give them a gun, give them a weapon, give them something so they feel like they have a safety blanket, and then make it completely powerless. Like, what's a crossbow bolt gonna do against a ghost? Like nothing. So
that's great.
And when you do love the Call of Cthulhu, which is great because me as a player lets me buy into we are all going to die.
Yeah.
So just now you're freed up to have fun. Now you're freed up to just show your personality. What would this guy do before he dies?
exactly.
You know? So.
And
YOLO.
you had such a beautiful moment before you died.
Yeah. Thank you.
You really
Wait.
saved.
Because you sacrificed yourself, right?
I sacrificed. I shoehorned in sacrificing myself because I was excited. Yeah,
I think you
excited
killed
for us
him.
all to die.
My doppelganger
Your
killed him.
doppelganger.
I died.
Oh, that's right.
I died, and it was so funny. So I was going hard because it's a one shot and it's horror, and I was
You
just
were trying to die
I was this
so
little shit kid,
Your
and
kid was
everyone
a
was
lot
just
of
like
fun.
in a room, being like, "All right, well, let's talk very in depth about these plans and what we should do." And I'm like, "Hey, y'all, what if I leave the room?"
You started a fire.
I started a
or something?
fire. I did all this other stuff. It was crazy. I was like literally trying to sell out to the spirit.
Yeah.
But so why I had fun with that one though is the character I had. He was a little shit and everyone hated him. And I said that my prized possession is a picture of a pig.
Oh God, you.
And then everyone was like, "This is so stupid. What a dumb bit. You're just playing another stupid character." Because the other game we played in that group, I was a tooth wizard. Where all of my spells were teeth, and so you crack them down.
Never forget.
It's exactly what you're probably thinking is, what is that? Exactly what it sounds like.
They're not. They're my fans. They
yeah.
know.
Okay.
They get it already. Okay.
They,
cool.
they know what's going on. And so I was just like, oh, I have this like thing in my back pocket. And I don't think I told Ashley beforehand. I told him afterwards. I was like, oh, by the way, this is like, because I died in water. I was like, the thing you see float up in like my final scene is there's a picture of like this prize pig that I have. And on the back, it's to my little sister. It says, I will work every single day so you are treated as well as this pig was. Because to me and my little sister, we'd never seen anyone treated so well. And then I said that, and everyone was like,
My
I think
heart
it's just
had
like,
a moment
yeah.
there.
Like,
I was
I'm
just
stealing,
like,
I'm lying
okay.
because I don't give a fuck about myself. I'm going to take care of my sister.
Wow.
And actually, she didn't get taken care because I died. Yeah. Ooh.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
It was
that
good. And that was, but then the
enjoy
Tooth
having
Wizard, though, here's the thing.
Genuine emotions in a game.
Yeah. It was
Thank
fun,
you.
though.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Gas made our cob puppet over there.
I saw that puppet.
cool.
That puppet's fire.
Do any of the GMs have an all-time favorite recurring bit in games they do? Somehow in all the games I ever play, dragons or dragonborns end up allergic to a different type of fruit.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I like
Love
that.
adding lore that GM doesn't want into the game.
Oh.
Like walking down, like especially like one of my favorite moments was we had just like saved this town from these werewolves. It was a D&D game,
Yeah.
and like the people of the town threw this giant like breakfast banquet for us and everything. And he was describing all of these like the lush table settings and all this stuff. And I was just like, why are they only and like we had all been like up partying the night before and like drinking, and so like it was the morning whatever hangover, and I was like, why are they just serving like boiled fish and runny eggs? And like now all of a sudden that's like the delicacy like in that town. And he was just so mad because it was like supposed to be this like big serious like whatever, and now all of a sudden like everyone's like gagging over this like imagined smell. And like I also invented the dwarvy decimal system that I insist on referencing as much as possible.
Dwarvy, okay. That's great.
Every time I
Okay.
end up in a library in D&D, yeah, I like to add a bunch of lore. I also tend to, outside of game, I keep a list of any weird combination of words that would make a weird band name.
Yeah.
I did that throughout the first like D&D campaign I ever played, so I had like pages and pages of it, and at the end of the campaign we made like a commemorative like tour poster with all of the names.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was really fun. I think some of my favorites were like Dirty Little Orphan, Up Shit Creek. There was just, I like a bit.
Dope. Bits that reoccurring bits in games. I love names too. I love like, dwarves always have mineral names, all that good stuff.
That's fun.
That's fun.
I had a player who was playing a dirty shifter raccoon person in an Eberron game, and she did do the thing where it's like putting in lore that the GM hates. Like she was like, I'm always a raccoon, and then I sometimes shift into kind of a person-y person, but I'm just mostly a raccoon. We got hands anyway. We can do all the same stuff people can do, and that pissed me off. But that was fun for her. So you got to
So
roll with
whatever.
it. So that was recurring.
Yeah.
And then like how many like apples could she stuff in her cloak, and I was rolling for how many apples she had and how bad the apples smelled, fun stuff like that.
It's like a mutual annoying,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fun, like
Joy,
poking
yeah.
thing to do. To
joy
GMs.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joy annoying?
Yeah.
Joy annoying.
That's like
That's a very
when
good.
I just made it up, like when you do stuff that we all hate, but
But
we
it's
love
fun.
it.
Joy
We love
annoying.
it.
I didn't know there was a name for what I did.
Yeah, there's now.
There's
There
now,
is.
he just
Joy
made it up.
annoying.
Joy annoying.
Yeah. Sean, I was joy annoying you. God, that's so. My thing is, I have so much ADHD. I hate doing the same thing multiple times. I have a lot of like reoccurring, like dumb, silly characters. All of them have bad parents because that's what life is. But I do have to say, this is what's weird. The reoccurring thing I've done now in 2 shows is and Critical Bits. We made a Boy Labyrinth.
What is that?
It's superhero powers based, so someone with like stretchy powers that lost control of their stuff. So they literally had like encompass an entire house, and the characters got like stuck inside of him. And I may the episode like literally right before yours that just aired, I may have made an entire man labyrinth. A man got turned into a labyrinth after being tortured. Because this is the Monster of the Week game. He got spoilers for the last arc, but somebody got tortured so much and then turned in. the labyrinth was already there, but he got put inside of the consciousness to torture somebody. It all makes sense, and it's also the seventh story that everyone's heard time and time again. But someone did text me. He's actually playing in the next stream. He was like, "So you've now done 2 boy labyrinths in your shows?" I was like, "Technically, I did a man labyrinth." So the next third show, the main one, I got to do a grandpa labyrinth, and then I can retire.
Yeah.
So I guess that is my recurring bit is making a human labyrinth thing.
Then a corpse labyrinth,
Wild.
and then a turns into the roots of the tree of life labyrinth.
Corpse labyrinth.
Yeah. And then a baby
Band
labyrinth.
name called it. See, that would be a great band name.
Keep going. I would say, I guess another recurring thing, I like to, I'm really into psychology. I got into like the Enneagram, so I like to like pick an Enneagram number as like that character's psychological quirk. And kind of, so I'm just like going around the wheel. So you can do that for NPCs. I've been doing it for different like my one-shot characters that I played and stuff.
That's fun.
That's a good. That's like a kind of a good way to like kind of base it for you too, where you can just like oh, this is what they would do. So I know like their like the roadmap they would take.
That's their motivation.
Yeah. My NPCs are how can I make people not want to talk to me?
Yeah.
That's a big thing I want to do. I like. Especially too, whenever, because like everyone does that in the game when they make like the most throwaway dumb little goblin character, and everyone's like, "I love this, I love this."
We adopt him,
and I'm like, "Well, now what if I make every NPC insufferable? There's none of them.
You can't adopt them all.
They're
adopt them
enemies
all.
to everybody.
Yeah. There was a weird baby in Ash's episode that comes out soon that everyone just hated.
Yeah. I didn't know. The baby was gonna sound like that.
We are about to
squeaked on Audi.
Oh, what was the baby's voice? What did I do? Did it like? Do you mean like the voice I made, or just how it talked?
I think it was a combination of the two.
Good.
Yeah.
This is my next question. I don't do a lot of voices. I have like 7.
7's a lot.
But they're not that different. Here's the thing. Do you like? What's one of your favorite like go-to NPC voices, and why?
I slip so easy into like a New York kind of thing. So like if I have a character and I'm just like freaking out or panicking, that's like who I go with because I can be really impulsive in this voice and it just kind of goes with the characterization.
Yeah.
That is like my
You got even like somehow even though you went New York right away, you got more New York every word.
Yeah.
Well, and mine also tends to like
Jersey.
go back in time too.
That's what I was about to say.
It'll eventually end up like transatlantic.
What I was saying was so weird is like during that you were like out like a window in an alleyway hanging up clothes, telling your kids to come back before it's dark.
Exactly.
Like yeah. Very
that
interesting.
I think is like that's what I slip into. But I practice accents. I've acted and I've like to practice accents and practice voices and imitations. So I tend to when I'm driving, if anyone ever sees me driving somewhere and I'm like that's me doing voices to myself, trying different stuff.
Not to interrupt Brian. I love GM prep when I'm driving solo.
It's so like that's the time when it comes to
I don't know. I know
It's like the only time we have.
Well, for me,
these
it's an
days.
ADHD. For me, it's a big ADHD thing where, like, if I'm thinking about something too, like directly, my brain will be like, we can't do this. But I'll be driving. I'm like, oh, I'm concentrating on the road, and then like the background processing. So I've had like so many story, like. Humps or breakthroughs because I'm like driving. Like, oh, that's how I can do it. I can't write shit.
Yeah. Voice memo.
Yeah.
Voice memo. Yes,
Yeah.
I talk to myself all the time, and that's what and voice memos is where all of my games come from. Is like if I'm just like talking to myself in some weird voice, then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, and then okay, no, but this is the thing. Yeah.
Do you have any like a voice you like, a go-to?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't practiced as many voices, but I do like that you can do a lot just with register.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with tone. You can do a lot with like pace. So the slower you go, the deeper you go is the gravitas. Or obviously the higher and the faster and it's more energy, kind of like a New York person. You know, so even if you're scared to do a voice, just think about like tone and pace and like what kind of energy you're trying to give off with this individual. And even just, you know, a little more femme or a little more like butch with your voice can go a long way. So simple tools like that I tend to stick to. Crazy laughs for villains and goblins. I do a lot of like high pitched I'm like, we're crazy. We're gonna get you. And if it's this crazy character, like they never kind of settle down.
Yeah.
They're always, they're always like too much energy, and they're never really going to tell you exactly what you need to know because they're going to go off on a whole entire other tangent that's nothing compared to what you asked. Now, what did you ask again?
I love a weird little goblin.
Yeah.
So good.
I
do think a good example, a good piece of advice, like if you're worried about doing voices and you think you're going to sound dumb, don't care.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to love it regardless.
Yeah.
Like even if you're just trying, it adds a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
You get better at like as you go. And also, but like it is fun. It adds a little bit to it.
For sure.
I like. This isn't necessarily my favorite voice. I like mixing up like. You see the very large, giant guy. He's like, hey, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Like, just the complete switching the opposite of, like, what you think they would sound like.
That's fun.
Making villains have terrible voices. And just slow talking. Everyone hates that. Especially if you are on an audio medium.
Oh,
like,
yes.
if you are, like, people are like, hey, I need this to go fast. And I'm like, I hate you, audience. I hate the fact that you listen to my show. And this is against you. I do.
Yeah.
I think... it's not like my favorite. It's just one that I started doing recently because it was a bit so stupid. I started doing this bit to Rachel, where I was like, "What if Dracula still is powerful, still is all knowing, like terrifying, ancient? Hey, y'all, it's me, Hick Dracula. My name's Alucard backwards. I was once a man, and then I was betrayed by God. I will raise the night. Hey, I don't like werewolves." And it's just like,
I really like it.
Yeah.
it's so good. It's just the idea of like, because Dracula's always so fucking scary, so proper, like a very good, like sexy accent.
Yeah.
And he's just as powerful. He can like fucking snap a man's neck.
Absolutely.
You're still mysteriously charmed by him. Everything the
It
same.
is still charming.
Yeah.
I think this is not like a voice thing, but something, and this is like a classic kind of like improv and like characterization thing, is I also choose for an NPC like a different body part that they lead with.
Oh, yeah.
That thing where like you kind of inform a character's walk by like, do you lead with the
That's very
hips?
fun.
Do you lead with the shoulders? Do you
Whoa.
lead with the collarbone? And like if you focus in on one part of your body, it can kind of change your characterization too. So like if a character is very like with her ear and everything, it's almost like flirtatious or like, you know what I mean? Like there are different ways that you can kind of. That's my shorthand for me to rather than the Enneagrams to click into a character is I associate them with like a part of my body, and that's where they are.
Wow. That's
great.
great.
That's also good advice too.
Yeah. I mean, that's general like.
Because I can feel myself like doing that and like loosening up as a GM at the table and like just it's like it's nonverbal, so you're not as much in your head. You're in your body a little bit.
Yeah, because that's something. I mean, it's acting, but like that's something you don't really think about. Like doing tabletop is like the physicality.
Yeah,
but it
like,
can really
like helps. Yeah.
Yeah, even if you are just working from like the hips up, even if your character leads with like their knee or something, you can still get into the movement and kind of like Yeah.
Yeah. I do like if you're able to stand up at the table. I do like that.
Yes.
It loosens everything up a lot.
I
more.
love changing up the energy.
It's very fun.
And circling around people is really fun, especially when you're doing horror or like when you have like something to give them or something like to tell just one character, like separating them even, or just like creating a boundary like with your body and like separating them. Like it just adds to the mystique. I love making the player just as nervous as the character is because it seeps in,
This can't happen. We're sitting at this table. You can't come over here.
I'm very happy we did this. I do have to wrap it up because we got to start getting the next stream. But I'm also just like, I could just keep going.
Yeah.
Because this is also why I love getting like all GM tables because then it's just so fun.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Once again, if y'all want to give us money, I have another thing I've already pitched to Ashley called "Are You Afraid of the Dice?" that we want to do, where I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 people. Anyways, where it is either 5 or 6 GMs. We all rotate who GMs, so it's one shots. So literally, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah.
But we all just do like a horror one shot, and then we tell each other enough to not give it away, but also like, hey, are we stepping on toes? Are we like? are we doubling up, or these are similar but different enough? Also, how can we add weird little Easter eggs that have nothing to do with anything, but just like stuff like that? But that's why it's just so fun to talk to, and that's also why I love having GMs at my table, because like Joey, who is the next, he won't record this episode. He's the next interlude guest. Joey Devalia. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm so sorry, Joey.
We're going to learn today.
But Joey, I love having him at my tables because like he goes so hard, does the ridiculous stuff, great story.
He is
and
such
pushes,
a committed,
like
performer.
Yeah.
I adore having
He was
him.
in a show we did called Avarice Hotel, and like killed one of the other characters, and it made sense in game, but like everyone, even me at the table, were like, "Whoa, gosh." Okay, yeah. And then Shannon Strucci, he was in like my other shows, literally was just like, what the fuck?
All right, so I got to come up with some actions for this consequence.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, well, anyways, thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank
you. Before we sign off, I'll let you guys give any plugs or where they can find you. Do stick around. We'll probably take like a 10, 15-minute break. I'll try to get back as soon as possible. We have a one-shot with some Duty Valley patrons. It is canonically set in the world of Critical Bits. It is set after the series ends. I'm going to try to minimize spoilers.
Nice.
You're right. We're finishing this and we're starting the one shot, and this will also go up on our YouTube and everything like that.
Great.
And also, if y'all haven't done it yet and you can do it, consider being a Do About It patron. We want to stay in the studio. Landlords suck and they jacked up the rent. So fucking high. It is ridiculous. So we're trying to do what we can. We'll let our guests plug, but thank you guys for listening. Like I said, stick around. I am going to end the stream and restart just so the title's different. But we'll let them give plugs before we go. Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, my name's Ryan Wicks. On the internet, you can find me at Dungeon Master of Ceremony. I'm pretty active on Instagram. On Twitch, have only streamed Street Fighter 6, so if you want to see that, but some more stuff should be added on there soon. But in general, everywhere, Dungeon Master of Ceremony. You might have to throw some underscores in there, but you can also just easily dungeonmasterofceremony.com. That's my website. That will be a link to everything.
Great.
I am Ashley May King, and I am at Ashley May King everywhere. I have games that I've been in previously and games that I've run previously linked on my link tree that you can find on any of my social media. And I have some exciting stuff coming up that I can't talk about yet, but please stay tuned because I am thrilled.
Great. And like I said, not next Tuesday, but Tuesday after Ashley's episode of Odyssey Roadshow comes out. It's very fun. And tune in to stay around for us, but tune tomorrow at 8 p.m. We have Nikki Goblin, and if you watch the stream on Friday, Shiv, they're going to come in tomorrow for another GM talk. We're going to cut the stream and just restart it, and you guys can hear me say every Mountain Dew flavor on repeat, and then we'll be back for the game. I'm not joking.
I
I believe you. No,
I believe everything you say,
Truly.
obviously.
Yeah. All right, great. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank y'all.